Welcome to County Matters from Sligo. Today we're in the seaside village of Strandhill. We're going to visit the Voya Seaweed Baths and hear about the benefits of seaweed and the products that they manufacture here from it. But first, we're going to find out why LA Galaxy and Nike are chasing this local Sligo man, Dan Leydon. We're also going to hear how he turned his hobby and talent into a business. Dan, you're an illustrator. Have you always had an interest in art?
I have in a big way, yeah. Since I was about 2 years old, I used to do a lot of drawing, and my parents had helped me with kind of little things. I might put the pencil in my hand, and I think they still have a few of the ones that I did when I was younger. So easy stuff like drawing a snowman and putting in the features and, you know, like that type of thing. So, yeah.
And did you always do art in school?
I did, yeah, but I did most of my drawing in the after-school classes where you're meant to be doing a bit of study for the Leaving Cert or something like that. So at the end, I had a folder of comics that I'd drawn. But so I always had a massive interest in it. So. And
when you left school, did you study art or what did you do?
No, I didn't really know what to do. I was a bit not aimless, but I didn't have a focus on it. But I studied product design in Sligo IT. So I was there for 4 years. And I learned a few essential things like Photoshop, which is probably the program I'd use nearly. I'd use that the most now, probably. So I did product design for 4 years. Afterward, I always knew I wanted to work for myself and I suppose pursue things that I'd be able to choose what I was doing every day. So I think that's a really good freedom. So I never sent out any CVs and I just started drawing. And it took a while before I linked, because I love football, so it took a while before I linked the two. I did that in 2011, February. So that's the first time I did that. And it took a long time, really, because I never used to draw football. So I started a blog then, and it started to take off. So I joined Twitter, and I started sending out I do like an illustration every day, probably. So I did that, and it happened organically enough that there's a lot of football journalists that operate there. So they might have 40,000 followers, 50,000, loads. So I'd pester them with all the football illustrations, and they might like one and then they'd send it out to all their kind of followers. So it just so happened that Graham Hunter, who is the Spanish correspondent for Sky Sports and all those shows, really liked my stuff. So he asked me to illustrate his first book, and that was a great chance. So I did that, and I had to do 12 illustrations. So once I did that, I opened a print shop and I started sending out prints, and it's grown steadily since. So it's been about 2.5, 3 years since that.
So you do one illustration and then you sell it on Twitter?
Exactly, yeah. So let's say I wanted to draw the US national team are still in it, and they're quite popular. So I didn't really have much pieces that would appeal to that kind of market. So I said I was going to do their goalie, which is Tim. Here, his name's Tim Howard. So yesterday I did a sketch. So I'll start with this, and then I'll bring it onto the computer, and I'll use my drawing tablet. And I'll take the sketch and then I'll trace my own sketch and I'll refine it a bit and I'll print it and I'll check where I'm going to shade. So like you can see, all the black bits are just where I was kind of drawn on the printout. The next step then is to pick the colours. And I've already changed a few bits. You can see his neck was wider here, it's a bit narrower, and I changed the jersey. So I'm just picking all the colours I'm going to use in the actual piece. So then the next one is I use these colours on the actual computer and I print it out again. And I'm just looking where I can make changes to it the whole way. So I make all these notes, bring it back to the computer, change it again, add maybe a shadow, and just like all these little there's little details that might be here that aren't there. Now, I don't know if you can see, there's just highlights in the beard where they're not here. But all these little bits, they will kind of add up, at the end to make something. So I'm still trying to decide on the background for the piece. This is just a rough one, but I think it's a fairly good likeness to...
Well, it's an absolutely remarkable likeness, actually, isn't it? So you started here in pencil?
No, this one is where it's kind of taken onto the computer, and that's just an actual printout. So that's a printout of the thing that I've drawn on the actual screen. So if if you look there, you can see it's kind of pixelated. But so that's the way it goes. So this would be the only pencil sketch that I'd actually do, and then the rest of it is digital.
So it's mainly sports stars that you
Football.
do? But you did get a brilliant commission from Nike.
I did, yeah. Nike had a football boot out. It was a type of. It was made from castor beans, which is a crazy notion. There was 9 different sections on it that were made from a polymer or something that was kind of fabricated from actual castor beans. So they approached me to do the social media campaign, which is, I think it was 11 illustrations for Facebook, and I did that maybe a year and a half ago, I think. So I've worked with Nike on 2 more occasions after, and that's led to me getting an exhibition in New York last year, which led to me working with ESPN on 3 different occasions. And from there, I got to do a poster for LA Galaxy, which is the team that David Beckham used to play for and Robbie Keane currently plays for. So that was really good because, I suppose like I'm Irish and I like Robbie Keane, and he used to play for Liverpool as well, and I support Liverpool. So it's pretty fun getting to do that. And like I was getting paid for the job, but they also sent me a jersey. So it's really nice as a football fan to get the little perks like that.
And the Nike job was remarkable to get. Did you get that from Twitter?
I did, because I asked the people that contacted me where they found me, and they just said that they just might search for a specific hashtag or something, and then they'll see what type of work is associated. So like they just found my work and they kind of liked the style. So.
Where was the exhibition in New York?
It was in Tribeca, the area there, which is where it was part of a film festival. So there's a football film festival called Kicking and Screening. So they had like a little kind of art exhibition, as for one of the nights, I think, of it. So I was really happy to be involved in that. It was great. Since
you set up on your own, are you able to keep yourself going with work every day?
Things are going really well for me. I just bought a house in Strandhill there, so I was really happy. Like, it's just going brilliantly. It's going really, I'm really lucky, and I really like doing it. And I feel like I haven't worked a day in about 4 years because I just really like doing it. So what would your plans be for the future? It's crazy enough, but I always think like you should really set your sights high. So I thought, when NASA put like that probe on Mars, I think they put some songs from will.i.am up there and all these other bits of things. So I was hoping my illustrations would be so famous that they'd be put on that type of probe if it was being sent to another planet. Great ambition to have. You might as well.
You're dead right. Well, best of luck with it.
Cheers, Claire. Well, that is some plan for the future. Thank you very much indeed, Dan, for that. We're going to take a short break, but coming up after the break, we're going to visit the Voya Seaweed Baths in Strandhill, County Sligo. Welcome back after the break. Let's go now and see what's happening at the Voya Seaweed Baths in Strandhill, County Sligo.
Neil, where did you come up with the idea for this business?
Well, the idea came up around in 1995. I just came back from Australia from a sports scholarship there for 4 years, and I was competing at a semi-pro level. And when I came back to Ireland, I needed something to help me recover from training. So I used the old seaweed baths in Enniscrone for recovery because I heard they were quite effective. Now, I didn't know anything about it, so what I did, I popped down there, I had a seaweed bath, and I couldn't believe how much I recovered from one single seaweed bath. So I knew seaweed baths wasn't an old wives' tale. There was science behind it, so that had to cure my curiosity. And I said, right, there's something behind it. Let's look at establishing seaweed baths in Strandhill in Sligo, where there was traditional seaweed baths there from the early 1900s to 1962. Yeah.
And then you opened up your first bath in
Yes.
in what year?
In June 2000. I work in a public-private partnership with Sligo County Council. We developed the baths and we started in June, and it was a roaring success. The first year I think we had 14,000 people, which was amazing, and then we built it up to, which is our capacity now, around 35,000 people.
And then you came up with the idea to do the products.
Yes. We couldn't buy any certified organic seaweed-based products, whether mainstream products or seaweed-based ones, anywhere in the world. And we were getting quite frustrated because we had a service, the seaweed baths and our massage treatments, that were 100% organic, but not our products. So we said, well, what can we do? And we just said simply, let's try and develop our own products, which we didn't know how difficult it was going to be at the beginning. And we were told that it was impossible. So we've touched on nearly 100 products now in the line, both retail and specialised spa products. And we're in 42 countries around the world now.
And 150 spas, which is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
In
Absolutely.
10 years,
In
really.
10 years, yeah, absolutely.
And the seaweed that you use, it's locally sourced.
Everything is locally sourced. We would have 6 full-time harvesters, and they would go out, hold the seaweed, cut it 3/4 way down, place it into the barrel. That comes back to the seaweed baths, washed, steamed, and then that goes into the bath. And then the rest of the seaweed then will go into the factory to be cleaned and processed then for the products. So we're the only company in the world that would do body wraps with real seaweed and facials. And it's mad, and it spins a lot of people out, but it actually works. And you can't get more organic than that.
And the laminara, what is that actually doing to your body?
Well, first, it's like a seaweed bath, so you would be taking in all the nutrients of the seaweed. So you're absorbing that through your skin because your skin is subdermal. And seaweed also has a lot of collagen, which is good for cellulose, and it also has the alginate gel, which is fantastic for naturally moisturizing the skin. Now, the alginate gel also has a stretching effect of the skin. So if you put alginate straight on your skin, give it 5 minutes, you watch your skin just stretching out. So it's good for fine lines as well, and it naturally does that, you know.
You have won so many awards. Tell me, which is the one you're most proud of?
To be honest with you, is to win the Sligo Business Person of the Year, because everything started here in Sligo and you're nominated by your peers, so we're very grateful and honoured to have that. Now, we've won international spa awards as well, which is great and we really appreciate it, but it's to win something from your hometown, I think, is the best, to be honest with you.
And what are your plans for the future?
Plans for the future to double the size of Voya Seaweed Baths, which is in tow at the moment, so we're working on planning. And also the factory is going to be upscaled as well. We're looking at doubling the size of the factory, because if we have some of the pre-contracts and if they actually come through, we're going to be on a massive upscale. The company is growing around 42% every year, but if we get the big contracts that we're going at the moment, like it'll be 100 to 150% upscale, which will be huge, very stressful, but it'll be a good stress, you know.
Well, I'm absolutely dying to see, so
Good,
will you bring me in and we can
will.
have a look?
A little tour, why not?
So Sarah, this is where people have their treatments.
Yeah, this is it now. So we'd have 8 rooms altogether. Like in here, for example, this will be a single room, but it can also double up as a shared room if you come with a friend or a partner. You'd be one in the sauna, one in the bath, and alternate between the two. We also have 2 double rooms, which we'll get to now in a minute. So it's all depending if you want to go by yourself or have a little bit of company. So there's more rooms down here. This one will be a double room where you've got your 2 baths in your 1 room. So if you weren't a big fan of the sauna, you don't have to alternate back and forth. You can have your own bath in the same room, and that's quite nice as well, so you can chat away as well. And then down here then we'd have more rooms. So we'd have a lovely deluxe double room which would have 2 saunas in it and the 2 baths. So that's quite nice as well. So you'd have separate saunas really to kind of chill out, and into your own bath then. And then we also have 3 treatment rooms for massages, facials, body wraps and things like that. So when you go into your bath, we will give you a bathrobe and some flip-flops. So you don't have to get dressed after your bath. You can pop them on and you come straight across into your treatment room and you'll be in there with a therapist. So it depends on what treatment you go for, but it's really nice to combine the 2 of them because you're nice and relaxed coming from the bath, and into your treatment then you're just super relaxed afterward.
And what sort of treatments?
Well, we do everything from facials, body wraps, exfoliations, and everything is seaweed based. So depending on the treatment, like the facials would use the laminara that Mick would have showed you. For the body wraps, it would be the long belts and that's wrapped around the limbs. And then for the facials, it'd be shorter ones just placed onto the skin. And then for the exfoliations, it'd be ground down seaweed into like a gritty kind of effect. So they will exfoliate, remove dead skin cells, to kind of give the skin a bit of a boost, and it kind of helps the blood flow as well, circulation for the body. And then we'd also use some of our own Voya products that we make in town as well, and they would be like for the facials, you'd use your moisturisers, your serums, your eye creams, and then for the body moisturiser for the body as well.
Holly, we're in front of the most fantastic display of beauty products. Are these all made with seaweed extracts?
They are. Every product has extract of seaweed in it. It's anti-aging, it's detoxifying, so we put as much of it as possible into all our products. This one actually here is made completely of seaweed. It's our Lazy Days Seaweed Bath, and it's just pure dried seaweed and sea salt, and it's like bringing a seaweed bath home to your own house with you and having a little spa experience in your own home.
So do you pour the bath and put this product then into it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you put in really hot water and soak the seaweed in it until it all rehydrates and it expands and it grows and fills the whole bath. So this expands a lot.
And what would your other big sellers be here?
Probably our My Little Hero. This is very popular. It's a skin booster serum. So it's very anti-aging. It's actually a gift we gifted Michelle Obama with recently. So that's a very popular one.
And are all these products made here in Sligo?
They are, yeah. We have a factory out kind of closer to the town where we make our products.
And these are stocked in 150 spas worldwide?
Yeah, we're worldwide now, and we went into our 36th country this year, Bahrain. So you can get them all over the world and online at voya.ie.